I've waited a long time to do this. Pittsburgh! This is Monster Jam!
Pittsburgh, it is now time for the very first competition of the event, JCB Racing. We've got 8 Monster Jam superstars seated into a bracket based on a random draw. Whoever wins this round will move on to the semifinals and be that much closer to the racing win. I've got one question to kick this thing off. Who's ready for JCB Racing?
In the left lane, make some noise for John Zimmer in Megalodon. He's taking on his opponent in the right lane, Cody Saucier in Dragon. Now for the fans who caught it before, Cody Saucier in Dragon up against the 55 drivers in Monster Jam currently has the best racing win percentage. But he's up against some veteran energy right here with John Zimmer. Only one will advance on. Let's go green! Fast is fast, but only one Monster Jam truck was faster. Pittsburgh, a race too close to call. We're taking a look at the super glue glued to the action replay. I got word, your winner, John Zimmer in Megalodon. Megalodon, the first Monster Jam truck to advance on to the semifinals, but only 3 spots remain. Next matchup pulled to the line. Put your hands together for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. He's taking on his opponent in the right lane, Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. 2 second-generation drivers right here, 2 young men with great, vast technical knowledge of those Monster Jam trucks. It's going to take dialing into this moment right here to see who will advance. Let's go green! Your winner, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. A little bit of a family affair here in the JCB Racing Round 1 as both Zimmers advance on to the semifinals to battle it out. Father versus son coming up in the semifinal round. Our third matchup's ready to go. Make some noise for Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. He's taken on his opponent. In the black and green Wrecking Machine, Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. A great matchup here in JCB Racing. Triton Robbins has been a little bit of a dark horse in the last season. He can sneak up on somebody. He's dialed in and fast, but Brandon Arthur's hoping for that fast straightaway and advancing on. Let's go racing! Your winner, Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. Check out the bracket on the JCB Racing competition. You've got Megalodon, Terminal Velocity as the first matchup in semifinals. But right now, this race will determine who will face off with Crazy Train in the semifinal round. Final matchup of round one. Here it is. They're both ready. Pulled to the line. Pittsburgh, make some noise for MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. He's taken on Logan Ashline in a Sparkle Smash. These two Monster Jam trucks battle it out right here. A tall order for that last spot. Let's go green! Trouble for El Toro Loco on the track. That means your winner, Logan Ashline in a Sparkle Smash.
Monster Jam fans, we started with 8, but now we're down to the fastest final 4. The winners of this round will advance to the finals, where they'll be competing for the first 8 points of the event. Now, Pittsburgh, you guys did a great job in round number 1. Let's see if you can keep it going in round number 2. Who's ready for the JCB semifinal round?
Here we are in the semifinals, adding some family feud to the drama here on the track. It is a father versus son. We've got Megalodon taking on Terminal Velocity, and when the helmets go on, family blood doesn't matter. Let's go green! Your winner, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. There you have it on the Super Glue. Glued to the action replay, a close race. You can tell Dad is not letting up on John Zimmer Jr., but he's fast enough and takes to the top of that pod. Who will he race against for those 8 points? This next matchup will have that answer. Our next matchup in the semifinals is ready to go. Triton Robbins in Crazy Train takes on Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. We've got a second generation driver, Triton Robbins, who really could build that truck from the ground up. And Logan Ashline, green in her career, but hungry for a win. Let's go green! Crazy Train. That trouble corner is proven to be difficult for some of our drivers, but you've got to read the track. That's all part of the game here in JCB Racing. Triton Robbins proving he has what it takes to take on John Zimmer Jr. They'll face off here in the JCB Racing Finals.
Monster Jam fans, this is it. This is the final round. The winner of this race will get the racing win, the first 8 points of the event, and the top spot on our leaderboard. We've broken it down all the way down to the fastest two. This is a battle for the racing win and the bragging rights for the rest of the weekend. Make some noise if you're ready to meet our racing finals contenders.
He's leading the series in first place. Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. He's had one of the best racing records in 2025. He's been one of 2 drivers to take out the top racer here, Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. Now this would be JCB Racing win number 1 for Triton Robbins and Crazy Train right here in the finals in Pittsburgh in the PPG Paints Arena. But John Zimmer Jr. and Terminal Velocity looking to take that win again. Let's go racing! Monster Jam fans, these trucks are fast and too fast. We've got to take a look at the Monster Jam Super Glue, glued to the action replay. Check this out here. Who's 2 tires? You can see it there. Your winner, John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. John Zimmer Jr. claims the first 8 points of the event and secures his top spot in first place on that leaderboard. This man is ready and has that championship on the horizon. He's proven he's got the fastest truck out on the track. Pittsburgh, make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. He takes home JCB Racing win number 6 of the 2026 season right here, making sure each driver knows he's a force to be reckoned with in every single competition. We're going to get to hear from the winner himself in just a sec. Pittsburgh, let him know what you thought of that run.
Fans, I'm standing by with John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity. Yesterday, we saw some interesting results in JCB Racing. What clicked for you today to pull off this win?
Man, the biggest thing I got to say was I owe some props to my dad. He took out the fastest racer on the entire series, Cody Saucier and Dragon right there. And then I had to race him anyways in the semifinals, and it was a sick race. But I'm just having so much fun so far this afternoon. Super humble, super grateful to get the first 8 points. Coming out on top of the win here.
Well, you took home the first two-wheel skills challenge win of the weekend last night. Are we going to see another one from you?
I definitely hope so. The dirt's feeling really good here this afternoon. Should hopefully help me get in the truck into some crazy situations. We're going to get the truck up on the nose, maybe on the rear bumper, get it up on 2 wheels, something crazy, get it upside down. I know these fans would love to see some crazy crashes. But guys, we're just getting started. Racing was sick, but we got plenty more coming for at you guys. You guys ready to see some more?
Looking forward to it. Pittsburgh, get loud for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
Cody Saucier heating up the competition. He says, check out those moves, Pittsburgh.
All righty, make some noise. It's Cody Saucier in Dragon. You see the ribbon boards. That means it is your time to score. Go to judgeszone.com.
And man, it's no easy feat to be the front of the pack and start the competition. But Cody Saucier is fearless on the track. He lays down 2 impressive attempts. We get to see that bicycle move right there on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. One of the hardest moves there is to pull off here in Monster Jam, and he's out there making it look easy. But hopefully you've got your scores locked in because we have that official score. The score for Cody Saucier in Dragon is a solid score of 7.582. That is the score to beat. Up next, it's time to clear the tarmac and fasten your seatbelts. It's Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. He's looking for those plain arms in the stands. Lining up, let's see what he's got. All right, solid move, confidence, control. Let's see what he's got for that second attempt. That's him asking if you're ready, Pittsburgh.
You've just booked a first-class ticket on Plain Crazy. With those 2 runs, if you liked it, you got to go to judgeszone.com. Score now, score now.
Okay, Montana Robbins, we saw those combos in that second attempt there. Absolute confidence out on the track for Montana Robbins, laying it down 2 successful maneuvers, and you see him really looking for that second spot, feeling out the track, and this is a driver who is going to be reading that track. These are going to be calculated moves, and you can tell by that control. So we have your scores officially locked in. He's up against that score to beat held by Cody Saucier in Dragon. It's a score of a 7.582. The score for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy is Pittsburgh, that's a 7.948. We have a new leader. Check it out now. This super glued to the action replay. Montana Robbins taking that new Monster Jam body for a spin out here right in the PPG Paints Arena. He pops that truck on 2 BKT tires, and he's making it look easy. This is a driver who's dialed in. He knows that truck in and out, and it clearly shows with that performance there with those 2 successful runs. Remember, it's never too late to join at judgeszone.com and have a say in these drivers' destinies. You hear that music, you know what it means. Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. You saw him with his terrible towel starting off the event. I think that's the right way to do it here in Pittsburgh. Let's see what he's got up his sleeve for us here in the 2-wheel skills competition. Frustrating first attempt there for Brandon Arthur. You can see on that move, those BKT tires don't get the grip, they don't get the bite that he needs to be able to pull that momentum of that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. But I know he's thinking about it, lining up for something good.
Sets it back down for attempt number 2. Make some noise, it's Brandon Arthur, Gravedigger. Less than 20 seconds left to get to judgeszone.com.
You got to hand it to Brandon Arthur. He read the track, tested it out, and came back with a vengeance for that second move. But he got it up on those 2 BKT tires, took a balance up and over the pod. You know he came back with that one. He knew what he was doing there, going for those high scores from you Pittsburgh fans. And we'll see exactly where he lands in the competition. The score for Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger is... it's a 7.094 right now. That is good enough for 3rd place. Check it out here on the Super Glued to the Action replay. That moment of success for Brandon Arthur, teetering on the edge of destruction, takes it up and over that pod. Now these trucks, they're not meant to be in these positions, but these drivers, they're pushing them to the limits. Brandon Arthur doing a great job of reading that truck and exactly what he can get out of it here. But we're gonna see what else these drivers have in store for us here coming up in the 2-wheel skills competition. Pittsburgh, get those horns in the air for MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco. I think MJ's showing off for you, Monster Jam fans. One attempt down, still one attempt remaining from MJ Solorio, hungry for that win. What's he got for us for attempt number 2? Looks like he's testing out the track a little bit there. He didn't get what he wanted. Looks like he was testing out what track conditions are at the bottom of that ramp, seeing if he could get the bite, but he didn't get what he wanted, so he's lining up for something else.
Tough break on that second attempt, but keep the energy going. Make some noise. Show them your support. It's MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco. Did enough to get a score. Get to judgeszone.com.
You got to hand it to him. That first attempt, obviously, really impressive. And on that second attempt, it just really shows MJ, he's a thinker. He's reading that track. He's filling it out. We saw him really test the track conditions there, test the texture. He's getting the bite. You see him, he's like, that's not what I wanted to give you. But that first attempt, MJ, that was a pretty wild one. So we're going to see if the Pittsburgh fans had your back with that. We have your score all locked in for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco. The score is, it's a 7.253 right now. That is good enough for third place. There you have it, the super glued to the action replay. That successful first attempt. A great maneuver there from MJ Solorio, but just good enough for third in the competition. And as this two-wheel skills competition moves right along, so is our St. Jude ambassador of the event. So for all the fans so far in Pittsburgh who've already made your donations, I want to thank you so much. We've got that QR code up on the board, and I'm happy to let you guys know that Logan Ashline is currently in the lead for Sparkle Smash. Check this out. Team Sparkle Smash in the lead, almost on her way to getting that St. Jude ambassador back-to-back. But Brandon Arthur and Gravedigger, we clearly have some Gravedigger fans here in Pittsburgh as well. You can see El Toro Loco also has some donations with Terminal Velocity. But some of our drivers, they're just over here with nothing, guys. You could help them out. You could throw them $1, but most importantly, you could feel good about helping a family in need affected by childhood cancer. Join Monster Jam and St. Jude in the fight against childhood cancer right here. And hey, maybe bring your favorite driver to the top of the leaderboard. Up next, he's your JCB Racing winner, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. You hear that throttle rhythm? He's seeing if you're ready, Pittsburgh. Here in a Monster Jam, John Zimmer Jr. has sometimes been named the Combo King. We're going to see what he's got for us here today. All right, attempt number 1 for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. You can see the ease that he throws that truck with. That is technical discipline. He knows exactly what the truck's going to give him. He knows how hard he can push that truck. Let's see what he's got for us for attempt number 2.
giving you some chips, some fries, and a side salad with that combo. John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Less than 20 seconds left. Pittsburgh, score now.
I told you we call him the Combo King, and it's not for nothing. You see it in the way that he drives, though. This is a very technical sound approach. He prioritizes a little bit of accuracy over flash. He's calculated. He lets that truck settle before committing to that next move, and it sometimes pays off. We're going to see if it does right now. Currently, that score to beat is held by Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. It's a 7.948. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is a 9.034. That absolutely does it. We've got a brand new leader. Big moments and a big win, potentially 2 in a row for John Zimmer Jr., unless the next 3 drivers have something to say about it. And if I know them, I think they absolutely do. The next 3 drivers know they've got a heavy order, but they have to lay down some crazy maneuvers to be able to make it to that top of the leaderboard. In Pittsburgh, it's going to be up to you to decide who gets the next 8 points. Our next competitor is ready to go off the rails. Make some noise for Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. He's looking for those train conductors in the stands. Let's see what Triton Robbins in Crazy Train has for us. Coming into the JCB Racing Finals, he's come very close to that win. I know he's hungry for 8 points. Let's see what he's got. He says, "Are you ready, Pittsburgh?" Into a combo. All right, Triton, a fantastic attempt for number 1. He's still got 1 attempt remaining here, but you saw how easy he made that look, popping that truck up that train on 2 BKT tires.
Two attempts, 2 combos. Let them know what you thought. It's Triton Robbins, Crazy Train. Only a couple more seconds left to score now.
I don't think there's any other place in the universe that you can see a train go that crazy. Triton Robbins absolutely throwing down not only a successful run, but you got to take into consideration this track is throwing a lot of these superstars, these professionals for a loop, and Triton attacked that track. I'm going to see what the scores are here. Pittsburgh, let's check it out. The score to beat right now is Terminal Velocity with a score of a 9.034. The score for Triton Robbins in Crazy Train is Hey, that's a solid score. It's an 8.852. And you know what, Pittsburgh, I heard your reaction on that one. Remember, your score alone could be the difference that driver needs. Make sure you're submitting those scores at judgeszone.com. But that was an incredible run from Triton Robbins in Crazy Train, absolutely throwing it down here in the two-wheel skills competition. Next up, she's in the lead to be St. Jude Ambassador of the event. Make some noise for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. She's feeling out the track, looking for that sweet spot to send that unicorn into the sky. Let's see what she's got. Okay, Logan looking good out on the track for attempt number 1. Logan Ashline, green in her Monster Jam career and acting like a pro out on the track. She's still got 1 attempt remaining.
It's party time. It's Logan Ashline. It's Sparkle Smash. Pittsburgh, get to judgeszone.com. Lock in your scores.
Logan Ashline, like I said, she's looking like a pro out there, Pittsburgh. I mean, she is a fearless Monster Jam driver, and she's proving it right now out on the track. Throws that 12,000-pound unicorn into the sky. I mean, I didn't know it had wings, but she's feeling the love from Pittsburgh. We can hear that electric energy, and we're going to see if that energy translates into the scores. The score for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash is, all right, a 7.183. Right now, that's good enough for 6th place. Seven trucks have gone, and only 1 truck remains. Terminal velocity, John Zimmer Jr. holds out that top spot with that score of a 9.034. It's gonna be up next to the driver. It's his dear old dad. Make some noise for John Zimmer in Megalodon. Now, don't be fooled by those family relations, because these two are fierce competitors. The second that they put those helmets on, it's all about that win. You see John cheering on his dad. Let's see what Megalodon's going to lay down for us here. That's right. He shut the truck off. Pittsburgh, that's John Zimmer showing off for you. A major veteran move to say, not only can I do this, but I'm even going to turn my truck all the way off. He's looking for those fellow Megalodon fans in the sea of fans here in the PPG Paints Arena. He's got 1 attempt remaining.
Swimming all the way to 2 solid attempts, it's John Zimmer, Megalodon. Last opportunity to score, Pittsburgh, judgeszone.com. Score now.
You know, Pittsburgh, that's why I love you guys, because the truck went off, the arena was silent, and you guys went crazy. That's exactly the type of energy that we love to see here at Monster Jam. And I know John Zimmer heard you guys inside of that truck. We're going to see what you thought of that run, where it stands in the competition, and that, of course, will determine who's walking away with those 8 points. Well, just a second. We're almost locked. We've got that official score locked in. Let's go ahead and check it out. The score for John Zimmer in Megalodon is... Hey, it's a solid score, but that means your winner of the 2-wheel skills competition, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr. on his way to a potential clean sweep. He takes the next 8 points and, of course, that top spot on the leaderboard. He's currently first in the series, gets a big congrats from his dad out on the track, but he's got to make that gap big. He's not making it easy on any of these competitors. Pittsburgh, you helped him get there. Your 2-wheel skills winner.
Fans, I'm standing by with John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Congratulations on another win. You even took down your dad there again. This competition, 2-wheel skills, takes a lot of discipline, a lot of control. It's very technical. Talk to us about how you accomplish that.
Yeah, 2-wheel skills is definitely super technical for sure. I can do a lot crazier combos and a lot crazier things behind the wheel. It's been kind of in my own head and just been making it happen. I have not been too pleased with myself. I honestly thought that my dad should have got that win 100%. He shut the truck off, bouncing it on the fiberglass hood. That's like bouncing on a piece of paper. So, man, I thought my dad had that one. But, hey, I know I got another win under my belt. We're taking it home. Team Senate Motorsports, man. Couldn't be any more happier. Another 8 points to the night.
Freestyle coming up next. We could potentially see a sweep from you today. Are you feeling any pressure there?
I'm feeling pretty good. No pressure here at all, but just been having so much fun here in Pittsburgh. I was here 4 years ago in my rookie season, and man, I've always remembered you guys in this building just getting us drivers pumped up. So I'm going to come out here for freestyle and let that truck air out and get real crazy and wild with it. Y'all, it's going to get wilder. Man, we're just getting started. It's going to be so much more fun. Man, Pittsburgh, let me hear you make some noise. You ready for some more?
Fans, once again, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
We are ready to get back to the action on the track. Pittsburgh, I need you to make some noise for the 4 daredevils of our freestyle motocross team. Give it up for Brandon Reardon, Kenny Haskell, Alex Damlow, and Josh Hedford.
Monster Jam fans, you've been loud so far today, but we're about to turn things up a notch. Give it up for Brandon Reardon, Kenny Haskell, Alex Damlow, and Josh Hedford. All right, Pittsburgh, it's time to get this thing going. Let me hear you make some noise. Up first, we've got Brandon Reardon. In the blue helmet, Kenny Haskell. On the Honda CRF 450R, Alex Damlow. And last but not least, Josh Hedford. Fans, they're going to get nice and warmed up for you right now, showing you some of their tricks. They want to hear you make some noise. What did you think of that, fans? Come on. Oh, Pittsburgh, I think we can get a little bit louder than this. Pittsburgh, what did you think so far? We are just getting started. Up next is our best trick competition. Each one of our riders is going to have one attempt at their best trick as they fly from one side of the arena to the other. When the ribbon boards turn red, I need you to head to judgeszone.com and place your scores just like we've been doing for all of our Monster Jam drivers. Fans, are you ready for some more? Get loud for our best trick competition.
Up first, let's hear it for Brendan Reardon. Brendan Reardon's from Worcester, Massachusetts, and he's got over 24 years of riding experience. He's a 2017 ISDE gold medalist, and today he's throwing down his best trick on his Honda CRF 450.
Fans, let's hear it for Brandon Reardon. Scoring is now open.
Man, it is not easy going top of the pack, but that's nothing for Brendan Reardon. Throws down a gnarly rock solid for the best trick attempt there. Completely letting go of that bike. I don't know how they do it, but we need you at judgeszone.com locking in those scores. This score will set the bar for the rest of the riders and, of course, determine where everyone stands in the competition. We got your scores locked in. The score for Brendan Reardon is, all right, at 8.300. That is the score to beat. Coming up next, let's hear it for Kenny Haskell. Kenny Haskell's from Boston, Massachusetts, and he's been riding since the age of 5 years old. He's raced motocross. He's rode overseas in Japan, Singapore, Argentina, and Brazil. And he's been a part of the Monster Jam family since 2014. Off the track, he's a dad to 2 young boys, but today he's throwing down on his Yamaha YZ 250 two-stroke.
Fans, give it up for Kenny Haskell. Scoring is now open.
Kenny Haskell looking like he's almost in, I would usually say slow motion, but he does a flip so fast. It almost looks like the clip is being sped up, but that is just the skill of that rider. He's looking to take out his good friend and competitor, Brendan Reardon, looking to take that top spot and walk away with that title of best trick winner. Now he's up against that score to beat held by Brendan Reardon. It's an 8.300. The score for Kenny Haskell is it's an 8.893. We have a new leader. Up next, Pittsburgh. Put your hands together for Alex Damlow. Alex Damlos from Hutchinson, Minnesota. He's a member of the ATV Big Air Tour crew, where he showcases his skills on both dirt bikes and ATVs. Today, he's throwing down his best trick on his Honda CRF 450R.
Alex Damlo, everybody, scoring is now open.
Alex Damlo throwing down. Take a look on the super glued to the action replay. Just adds that little layer of difficulty to that backflip. He said, "Oh, Kenny, I saw what you did. I'm going to add a little something to it, though." He's twisting it up, hoping to take the top spot of that leaderboard. And we've got your scores locked in. Now, Alex Damlo's up against that score to beat held by Kenny Haskell. It's a score of an 8.893. The score for Alex Damlo is so close. It's 1/1000th of a point, 8892. The competition is tough, but that's good enough for second place. But one rider remains, Kenny Haskell in the lead. But will he be taken out by Josh Hetford? Pittsburgh, make some noise. Josh Hetford. He's from Asheville, North Carolina. He's competed in nitro jumps and Nights of Circus. Let's see what he's got.
Fan scoring is now open. Let us know what you thought of that.
You know, Katie, Josh walked away with the win yesterday. I think he's going for it again here today. He got that backing from the Pittsburgh fans, and you can see exactly why. He is pulling off some gnarly moves in the best trick competition, but your scores will determine, will he walk away with that title for the second time here this weekend? He's up against the score to beat held by Kenny Haskell. It's an 8.893. The score for Josh Hetford is there you have it, your winner of the best trick competition for the second time here this weekend, Josh Hetford.
Well, we may have our winner, but Pittsburgh, we're not done yet. Are you guys ready for some more? It's time for all of our FMX riders to make a train, one after another, flying across the sky. The louder you get, the higher they go, Pittsburgh. Let me hear you make some noise. They put on their best tricks for you. Now it's time to let loose and have some fun. Let me hear it. Some nice whips there to start us out. Fans, I think they want you to get louder. There we go. Let's see what we've got next. Pittsburgh, let me hear you make some noise. Oh my goodness. I think we got some more left in us. You hear that? They can't hear you. All right, we're about to turn the volume all the way up. Fans, on the count of 3, make some noise with me. 1, 2, 3. Give it up for all of our FMX riders, Pittsburgh. One more time, give it up for all of our riders. What's up, fans? We're standing by with Josh Hedford, winner of your best trick competition. Josh, you also had the win here yesterday. I know you said you're out here having fun. Is it competitive at all with these guys? You know, sometimes you're coming in 1/1000th of a second. What's it like behind the scenes?
Well, we just pick on each other a lot back there, and, you know, we got like a game we play. When these guys do dead sailors, we call them, when they don't really do a trick, we get to have a Nerf gun battle, so that's kind of fun. But, so I try not to, like, mess up, and that's why I try to win.
From the first time you ever got on a bike, did you think that you would be flying through the air in arenas like this?
Honestly, when I was a little kid, I saw some guys doing it. You know, Travis Pastrana, Brian Deegan. We had like some pretty wild guys back in the day, and I saw them, and I was like, I want to do that. So that's what started it.
Well, we are so happy to have you here. Fans, once again, make some noise for your best trick winner, Josh Hedford.
Pittsburgh, this is the pinnacle of the event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle. That is how you kick off freestyle. One more time for Cody Saucier in Dragon. Couple seconds left. Scoring is open.
I'll say it once, I've said it again, I'll say it a million times. It's not easy to go first, but nobody comes out of the gate on fire like Cody Saucier in Dragon. You can hear that throttle rhythm throughout that entire run. That is not an easy thing to grasp, but he's out there, he's making smart choices. He's telling you guys, hit those scores up. He keeps the truck under control and still has that aggressive edge. So let's see, a fantastic run. He filled the clock. The score for Cody Saucier in Dragon is... all right, a 7.881. That is going to be the score to beat. Next up, she might go back-to-back as the St. Jude ambassador of the event. It's Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash.
party time for Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash. The confetti cannon is always awesome, and if you thought it was awesome, go to judgeszone.com and lock in your score.
Logan Ashline really out here making Monster Jam Freestyle a party with that run, of course, with the confetti. But this is a fearless driver. I mean, green in her career, but she's not afraid to hit that pod. She's not afraid to send that unicorn. We saw some really big air. And, of course, she fills that clock. So let's check it out. The score for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash is... all right, a 7.227. That right now is good enough for second place. Monster Jam fans, as we move on throughout the competition, I am here to remind you that right here, right now, is your last and final opportunity to donate for the St. Jude Ambassador of the event. This is your final shot. Check it out. Competition's heating up. Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash still in the lead, but you can scan that QR code right now at the bottom of that screen. Scan it, and your dollar could make a difference, but we'll see who's going to walk away with that title right here in this event. Remember, we're also going to have a St. Jude Ambassador of the Year. So the money donated not only helps your Monster Jam driver, but most importantly, helps those families affected by childhood cancer. Make a difference, have an impact here today with Monster Jam and St. Jude. Monster Jam tracks are built by JCB. Dig deeper, lift higher, and move more with the official heavy equipment partner of Monster Jam. Some of you hear those bells and know exactly what it means. He's in the black and green wrecking machine. Make some noise for Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. Pittsburgh, he might be headed for the Morgan and Morgan backflip ramp. Pittsburgh, what'd you think of that backflip? Brandon Arthur, that had got to feel good getting that run in here for those Monster Jam fans. He hits that Morgan and Morgan backflip ramp with confidence. Check this out on the Super Glued to the Action replay. A run, it was great. It was built really great. And what I mean by that is he's reading the track. He's building momentum. He's making those big air moments happen in a clean, controlled, and deliberate way. And of course, pushes it to that ragged edge He may not land that backflip, but I know that doesn't always matter. He's up against that score to beat held by Cody Saucier and Dragon. It's a 7.881. The score for Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger is... That's an 8.997. We have a new leader. Pittsburgh, you all have a first class ticket. And this captain can get a little crazy. It's Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy.
And the plane has landed. It's Montana Robbins, Plain Crazy. Flying around the track, doing the tricks we love. Get to judgeszone.com. Lock in your scores.
Montana Robbins hitting that track with a vengeance and on a mission. You can see, honestly, how that run flows just speaks to the skills that he's got behind the wheel and the confidence and control he's got of that 12,000-pound Monster Jam truck. We've got your scores officially locked in, so let's check it out. The score for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy is... all right, a 7.625 right now. That's good enough for third place. Monster Jam fans, as we get closer to crowning the winner of the freestyle competition, I am happy to announce we have a St. Jude ambassador of the event. Make some noise for Logan Ashline in a Sparkle Smash. She walks away back-to-back Pittsburgh. You made it happen for her, and I know that win and title means so much to her. So thank you for all of the fans who donated. Whether you donated for Sparkle Smash or another driver, you can leave here today knowing that you've made a difference for a family in need. Remember, any family that gets involved with St. Jude never receives a bill. Not for housing, food, medical bills, none of it. St. Jude takes care of all of that. And thanks to you right here in Pittsburgh, you know you helped some serious families in need. So it's never too late to donate, though, even though we've crowned the St. Jude ambassador of the event. Scan that QR code, and you too can make a difference with Monster Jam and St. Jude.
Celebrando 25 años de una de las trocas más populares de Monster Jam. Un aplauso con ánimo, MJ Solorio, el Toro Loco.
Wait a minute, Pittsburgh. He's lining up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp.
¿Y los latinos dónde están? Una vez más, un aplauso para MJ Solorio, representando a todos los latinos, todos los niños con un sueño. Otra vez, MJ Solorio.
You know, I don't know if all of Pittsburgh speaks Spanish, but I think we all here at Monster Jam speak some horsepower. Pittsburgh, what'd you think? You see, MJ Solorio, he even checks on that truck afterwards, but landing such a cool backflip. You saw him there, not one, but two backflips right here in freestyle, and that just shows you how badly these drivers want that win. MJ looking for that top score, and he needs your help. But did he do enough? Let's check it out. We've got the current score to beat, held by Brandon Arthur in Gravedigger. It's a score of an 8.997. The score for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco is... That's right, a 9.285. That is the new score to beat and takes the top spot on the freestyle leaderboard.
Well, guys, I'm standing in back with Brandon Arthur. You can't see us, but he was watching closely there with MJ Solorio. He pulled off the backflip. Yours looked good. Couldn't stick the landing. How did you feel watching that?
You know, it's awesome out there. The track's really good. Obviously, that backflip's got a little bit of a twist for us tonight, but MJ went out there and nailed it. We were super close to trying to pull off a save a little bit on ours, but it didn't quite work out. But excited. We still got a couple drivers left. Monster Jam fans, get ready for it. Monster Jam Freestyle's not over yet, and that only means there's a best left, so here comes the rest.
Fans, get ready for some more.
You loved him in the two-wheel skills competition. Let's see what he's got for freestyle. Make some noise for John Zimmer in Megalodon.
Only in Monster Jam are you gonna see sharks doing handstands, combinations, big air. One more time, make some noise. It's John Zimmer, Megalodon. Only a couple seconds left, only a couple competitors left. Make your voice heard at judgeszone.com.
He wants to know what you thought, Pittsburgh. He's out here feeling the love from all the Monster Jam fans, but you could really see that veteran composure in every run by John Zimmer, but he's got great situational awareness here. He knows exactly what the truck needs, what it can do, and exactly how to push it to that edge. The score for John Zimmer in Megalodon's an 8.415. That is good enough for third place. Tough competition so far here in the freestyle competition. We've got an 8.415 making third place. You know that you've got some high scores up on that freestyle leaderboard. Now we only have 2 trucks left to go. And the question I think on everybody's mind is terminal velocity going to be able to walk away with that clean sweep, or will one of these drivers stand in his way? Will they be able to make sure that this isn't so easy? Right now, El Toro Loco MJ in the lead with the top score in freestyle of a 9.285. Next up, Pittsburgh, you know what to do. Get loud for Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train.
Pittsburgh's scoring is open. One more time, conductor arms in the air for Trayton Robbins, Crazy Train.
Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train, tearing up the track here in freestyle. You know, making it to those JCB Racing Finals. He's feeling good, riding that wave. He's had a really great event here and looks to continue that momentum in the freestyle competition. You can see exactly how smooth that run flows. There's no hesitation, and that just speaks to the talent of this young man. We got the scores officially locked in. The score for Trayton Robbins in a Crazy Train is a 7.838. Right now, that's good enough for 5th place. You see it on the leaderboard, Pittsburgh. Only one competitor left to go. Put your hands together for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity.
Pittsburgh! Scoring is open! Absolute insanity! That's a testament to how he drives. One more time. John Zimmer Jr., terminal velocity.
Carlos, I think Pittsburgh's got to understand something here, too, because the Zimmers, Ascendant Motorsports, they keep those trucks dialed in. They keep them in prime condition. So if that impact took that BKT tire off of that Monster Jam truck, that just shows you how hard John Zimmer Jr. is pushing that truck to the ragged edge. See it now on the Super Glued to the Action replay. But we know our Monster Jam fans, and we know you guys love to see some destruction. I gotta say, that's a first here in the weekend here at Pittsburgh. We got your scores locked in. The score lands John Zimmer Jr. in that 7th place spot. That means your freestyle winner is MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco. He wins freestyle, but your overall event champion, Monster Jam fans, you see it there, Triton Robbins in a Crazy Train. Monster Jam fans, a big moment for Triton Robbins and Crazy Train. A tie break used to determine that overall event win. And here in the 2025 season, Triton Robbins will remember Pittsburgh. It's BKT overall event win number 2 for this young man right here on the track. You helped crown these champions, Pittsburgh. One more time, your overall event champion, Triton Robbins in a Crazy Train.
Fans standing by with Triton Robbins. Congratulations, Triton. First time we've been able to have you up here this weekend. How are you feeling? That was some tough competition out there.
Yes, for sure. It don't get any better competition than what we got here. We're real close to home. I got my family in the stands. Hopefully a good luck charm. You know what? Every one of these trucks are going to end up standing here holding this trophy throughout this tour. So I just feel super lucky to get in this spot and win this trophy. I tell you what, at Pit Party, I seen all the Crazy Train loyal fans walking through with all their crazy merch, and that told me I had to turn it up.
Anything else you want to say to those fans and all of the fans here in Pittsburgh before they take off today?
Yeah, that's for sure. I hope you guys had a good time. Thanks for coming, and we will see you next time.
Fans, one more time, make some noise for Triton Robbins, Crazy Train.
A big congratulations to Triton Robbins and Crazy Train, who gets that overall event win and, of course, is that much closer to that Monster Jam World Finals in 25. But we've got a freestyle winner as well, and we're going to get to hear from him in just a bit.
Fans, I'm standing by with MJ Celorio, freestyle winner of today. That looked like a ton of fun. We saw Brandon back there talking. He watched you very closely. He wasn't able to stick it, but you did. What was going through your mind?
Honestly, I've got a few choice words with how the beginning of the event went for me. All I'm going to say is that it wasn't the best. I was in my own head. I was really down in the dumps come halftime. I am way better than that when it comes down to two-wheel skills. I was actually able to go to Monster Jam World Finals and compete in two-wheel skills, came out with the bronze medal. Sometimes luck's just not in your favor. We had a really slick track, makes it tough for two-wheel skills. But hey, I was talking to my crew chief, Brian, in the back. He said, we didn't have a good start. Let's finish it off strong. He told me to nail that backflip. He didn't care what happened to that truck. I saw Brandon come out and hit that backflip and it twisted. I was just in my truck saying, well, whatever happens, happens. If I got a tore up truck, it doesn't matter. It's all for you Pittsburgh fans. This backflip ramp has been twisting all weekend long. So hey, why not ride the wave and go for a ride? What'd y'all think? Y'all have fun?
Fans, give it up one more time for MJ Solorio, El Toro Loco.
A big congratulations to all of our competition winners and, of course, that overall event champion, Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. We want to thank all of you for coming out to our Monster Jam event. We couldn't do it without you. Whether you tuned in onto the live stream or joined us right here in the PPG Paints Arena, we want to thank you so much for spending your Saturday here with us. And make sure on your way out you stop by at the Monster Jam merchandise stands to pick up the latest Spin Master diecast trucks. Carlos, Pittsburgh truly does bring a special energy to these Monster Jam events.
Yeah, honestly, check out everything they got to see. They got to see 2 insane backflip attempts. They got to see a crazy crash. And then they got to see somebody, you know, we've been talking about MJ and Little John battling it out, and Triton's like, nah, man, don't forget about me. Rookie of the Year for a reason. He comes out with an overall event win. We got 2 more events. So Pittsburgh, check us out on YouTube. Come through to another event. We're having a lot of fun, and it has not stopped yet this weekend.
That's right. And don't forget to go to monsterjam.com for results, tickets, digital content, and, of course, to book your trip to Monster Jam World Finals 25 in Salt Lake City, 4th of July weekend. Tickets are on sale now, so get those at monsterjam.com. But on behalf of my entire team here at Felt Entertainment, our co-host, Katie Andrews, Carlos Sparks, and, of course, my name is Keaton Stewart, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.